Hey, good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday. Um, thank you, Kate, for letting me know if you do watch this video about my comments being off. I went to two different parts of the TikTok app, and I found out how to turn on the comments on each individual video, like turn it on and off. But I couldn't see why the comments were off on all the videos or how to turn it on and off. I thought I did it, but I didn't. But thank you for letting me know. I'll have to get somebody to help me with that, I guess. Like, 'cause I feel like I did everything that you told me to do, and I pressed all the things or unpressed all the things. So I don't know what's suppressing the comments right now, but I'll figure it out if I, get somebody to help with that. So yeah, there's a lot of planes leaving out of San Diego this morning, so it's noisy. So I'll just keep pausing and stuff. And I was just thinking too, is like sometimes I'll make a video about something, and usually what I kind of talk about lately, though I just started, is kind of like current events and like things that are in popular culture, like the zeitgeist, and what other people are kind of talking about too, and coming to realize certain things about the world and themselves. So it's like it's kind of on page with everything else. So sometimes I'll say something or make a video, and then I'll see a video like pretty shortly after talking about the same thing. Now, I don't think it's like coincidence. It's just kind of everybody's talking about the same things right now. But I do want to like just point out like what I feel is how I feel, and I'm really not trying to convince anybody to think the way I think, And I also feel like even though I think the way I think and I feel the way I feel, I don't even know if it's really truly correct. Even for myself, I don't know if there is a complete correct way of being. So it's so much like I've learned in just the last few years, really, and so much on this app. And like I said, people explain things on this app really well, and it better like makes me feel about my opinions on things. Like it makes me feel better about the way I feel about things. And I listen to my videos, some of them back, and I'm just like, ooh, that sounds like a little off. But I'd be like, maybe I'm not explaining it well. So anyway, but it's certain things like when I was 15, I thought I knew everything. I was so sure I knew everything, and I was so like grounded in that, based on what I had been told and based on how I felt and the combination of the two. And then when I got into my 20s, I was a little bit more enlightened and came to realize things. And now I'm 36 and I'm looking back to my 20s and remembering things and like, wow, I really, had a bad perspective on that situation, or that thing that I thought was good actually wasn't really that good. It actually was kind of messed up. And it was one creator on here, she was speaking about it more from the perspective of a woman, but me, as I've gone through it too, where as I've gotten older, I was able to look back and like put things in perspective and see like how I misunderstood the situation, and because of that, I think like how I feel now, like I'm 36, like maybe when I get to my 40s, I'll be looking back on how I was at 36 and be like, wow, I really didn't really understand that or fully understand it. There was another creator talking about just tired of like people pleasing and trying to fit in with people. I've also reached that point, and as much as I like believe in community and how people point out how individualism is like a product of capitalism, I do really like being alone, and I would like to be in community, but sometimes that can be very overwhelming, especially when you're dealing with there's so many different personalities, so many different views. It's like being alone, I really, really enjoy it, but I do see the need and the value of community, and I feel like I have it, but I also am very much a loner. Like, it's a part of me I would love to be like, I am like kind of hippy dippy, and I would love to be. No, I wouldn't love to be, but it's something about the idea of like a hippie commune, and people coming together, creating community, like growing a garden, people cooking, people like growing vegetables and taking care of the everybody just doing things. Like, I think that is beautiful. I would love to do something like that. I don't know, in our modern era, I don't know, I've seen some people doing that stuff, but then I've also seen people doing that stuff, and then there's this person who's like the leader, and they're like it becomes very cultish, and so even that, like, yeah, I just get really concerned, because I definitely, younger me probably could gotten involved in something like that, but now I'm just like, nah, I'm just go over here, like I love doing my own thing, and the more I learn and stuff, I just can't be too I can't get too caught up in the ideas and concepts of others now, not like I did. And not that I don't think I'm unteachable. It's some things that I do change my mind on and my opinion on, but it's only when I feel like it's toxic and it is something that goes deeply against my nature and my deep down inside, like if it really goes against it. But there's some things that have been pointed out to me that I just didn't really think of, and my mind has been changed. But yeah, even like during the protest, I remember during the protest, like, I'm a pacifist, and it wasn't necessarily George Floyd protest, but it was just after COVID, and we were like sleeping downtown in the financial district. And there was a group of people who wanted to riot, and there was some group of people who just wanted to hold the space down. And I don't really know quite much about the organization who like was supporting that, but they had food, they had cell phone charger station, they were providing us with clothes and bedding to like sleep out there and stuff. But there was some people who wanted to riot, and there was people who never had a voice who finally had a voice. And I could see them taking advantage of that opportunity, and they were making people who were more like pacifists, who just wanted to hold space and be present and give support in the way they felt was best. They was like, well, if you don't do this, like they were doing stuff like that, like if you don't join this like riot or whatever, then you're truly not for this cause. And so people had to kind of bring up and reiterate that there's no leaders. But even though they were more pacifists that were trying to uphold that rule, and these more like domineering people were like just like taking up the space, and then people were for that, and they with that direction, and then some people just left out of it because they was like seeing where it was headed. And then when it did end and the funding and everything backed out of this certain protest, there was some people who were really trying to hold on to it because they felt like that was their chance to finally be heard and stuff. And I got it, but then after like the funding left and all the aid like pulled out of it, it was just a like squatter space, and it became kind of like dangerous. And then I was like, well, it really is no point of me like coming back, so I didn't go back. And then even before then, because it was like when I saw people wanting to lead the others, it wasn't really like, not that it needed to be this cool thing, but that was part of the incentive of it, that it was like this cool thing, and we were like taking up space and making art and sleeping outside and everything. But it was just really a temporary protest anyway, though. But yeah, but that was one example where I felt like we were all there for change, but I was actually involved in something that I saw like, we were all there for change, but then it got kind of crazy really quick. And then, like I said, when I was younger, there was a lot of things that were like cultish that if I could have joined, I would have joined. If I could have found a will, if I had the will in the way, I would have joined it, and it would have been an experience. You know, hopefully I wouldn't have lost my life for doing it, but yeah, like, yeah, it probably would have messed me up. Who knows, like, mentally, physically, whatever. But if I had, like, I believed in it so much, like, I was willing to join things that now I look back and I'm like, that was really toxic, really bad thing. You know, and even the toxic and bad things that I've been in, like, I look back and I see it for what it was, but I don't regret it. You know, everything was useful in my development, and I'm thankful for all of that. But now that I know, that's the point of going to that stuff, is so you could like not repeat it. Like, that's what learning history is for, so we never repeat ourselves. So now that I know, it's like I could never repeat that. And also just really enjoying being alone. I've always enjoyed being alone. I've always been a loner, but I didn't always enjoy it. I always wish someone was around me. And even now I have moments where I wish someone was like around me that was like me, where I like enjoyed it. But I know I get annoyed over little things, and I like doing my routine, my sewing, my special interests, my sewing and my paintings and stuff. And when people get in the way of that, I get really annoyed. Well, this video probably made 10 minutes. Maybe I'll make another one, but I'm gonna, because I don't even think I got to what I wanted to get to. But yeah, even it was another video where this guy was talking about internal monologue and how that might even like affect people's way of thinking and being and stuff. And the way he pointed it out, it was like, I get it, but I was like, I don't know if that would change your morals necessarily. But the way he pointed out was like, yeah, possibly that would change your morals, because you wouldn't be having like your conscious, like that the internal dialogue is the conscious, which I don't know if it is the conscious. It is your conscious, but if you don't have that, then do you not have a conscious? Like, because the way people were explaining they react is just, the people that don't have it seem like they just move smoothly through like just doing things, and there's no necessarily thought or images involved. And he was pointing out, well, how do they like process or, you know, think on things if you can't see it and like do all this other like internal dialogue and discuss it with yourself? So yeah, it's like, I guess they quickly make a decision or something. But yeah, I'm always like, this piece right here was talking about that, and I don't know, it was like, there's always voices in my head and I'd be like, shut up.